Okay, welcome back. Just kicking it through a fire-breathing dragon of a Women Wednesday. We got a great show coming your way. But right now, even on Women Wednesday, when we get the whopper guests that are men, we got to get them right in. Okay? And to me, this guy is, you know, the sheriff of America. He always had the balls to say it like it is, go after people when he knew wrong was being done. He's a law enforcement man through and through. I wore my NYPD hat today in honor of him. My father was a member of the NYPD, as many of you know. He is the author of An American Legend, the fascinating and untold true life story of America's most beloved crime fighter. And that he sure is. And the media often called him the toughest sheriff in America. Joining us right now, the man himself, Sheriff Joe Araio. Hello, Sheriff. How are you?
Sheriff, hey, thanks for your dedicated service. Greatly. Of course, I started out as a cop in D.C. That was a tough beat, black beat, for 4 years.
And then after you were in D.C., you took the show on the road. You went down to Nevada, and you hit the Strip down there. I'm sure that was a memorable experience.
Yeah, I hit Elvis Presley, too, grabbed him, locked him up, and then I unlocked him up at the police station.
So you locked up Elvis?
That's my name to fame.
So you actually locked up Elvis?
Yeah, if you want to call it that. He was going 100 miles an hour with a beautiful blonde. Of course, I was watching the blonde. I didn't know Elvis was riding the bike. Took him down to the station, and he found me. Said his motorcycle was messed up. Took him next door to the police shop. They fixed it. They gave him a pass, and Nixon gave him the old badge that I still have, the Bureau of Narcotics.
Wow! Because
after Vegas, I went to Chicago, got sworn as a federal narcotic agent, DEA today. Spent 28 years in Turkey, Syria, Mexico, South America, as the head of the DEA in those countries.
Right. So the federal
career. Never thought I'd run.
The Federal Narcotics Bureau is that agency today is known as the DEA, the most feared agency on the planet, if you ask me. You don't want the DEA
I'm glad
guys
to hear that.
Well, I mean,
they feared us even more. When I was with the Bureau of Narcotics, of course I was with DEA, and BNDD was in between, you know. I had 3 badges and I never quit.
Wow.
We had 300 agents total. I was only one of 2 overseas fighting dope peddlers.
Wow.
And with 300 agents, that's not much. When we went after the mafia and all those crooks, that was the little 300 agent DEA, not DEA, Bureau of Narcotics.
Pretty amazing stuff. Tell me what you think. I know you and Trump became fast friends. He really respected you. I know, you know, when the law and order or alleged law and order guys gave you a bum deal, Trump came in and pardoned you. What do you think about the current state of the election right now? How do you think Trump's doing out in Arizona in particular?
Well, he's working hard. By the way, July 2015, his first rally happened to be here in Phoenix, 10,000 people. Nobody would stand next to him. I introduced him. I said, there's a silent majority. We're born on the same day, Flag Day. And then I pointed my finger right at him and said, you will be our next president. I guess I was right. And he's my hero. Everybody says, John McCain, your hero. I paused when the national TV asked me that question last year. And I said, it took me 80 years to find my hero. When I woke up in the morning, I told my wife, finally found my hero. And
wow.
That's Donald Trump. I'm with him to the end. I'm not a flip-flopper. I'm with him to the end, period.
That is amazing. You know, in politics, there's never a true brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? It's, politics make strange bedfellows, they say. And loyalty is something that is, you can't put a price on it. But are you out on the campaign trail working in Arizona for Trump? Because the left-wing media is trying to trick people into thinking that Arizona's lost, you know, that Trump can't win and all the senators are going to lose. And you think that he's still working his way to a win there?
Well, he's working hard. I'm doing my thing. Just because now you don't see me at a couple of rallies doesn't mean he forgot my telephone number.
No,
so
I don't think that.
So, in fact, I ran for sheriff again a few months ago, and I had a bus with his picture of mine on it. I was really running to be able to help. But the first time I ever lost a primary election for sheriff happened today, this week, or not this week, last month. And I had too many odds against me when I lost in 2016 in a general election on a liberal Democrat who Soros pumped in $3 million, and a judge, activist judge, that's a big story in that book of mine, and they charged me one day after voting started. Actually, one day before, they said Obama and Holder, we're going to charge him with contempt of court. It took them 8 years to get me, and all they could get was a contempt of court.
Ha! Exactly.
A hit job.
You know, I'm a good friend
That's
of.
all that was. That was the biggest hoax.
I have a good friendship with Roger Stone, and of all the crazy things I've seen him do in life, it turned out the same thing. They got him for a bunch of process crimes. It's what they do.
Well, there's one difference between Roger and me, and I support him. He's a good guy. I hope he makes out okay. I happen to have a gun and badge. I spent 58 years in law enforcement. I think I know what probable cause is. I think, and I'm a politician now after 24 years, longest serving sheriff in history in Maricopa County, third largest sheriff's office in the country. I think I'm not stupid. The Tea Party comes up to me 5 years ago, 2011, says you're the only one elected sheriff that will look at Obama's birth certificate. You think I'm stupid to take that on, the president? So I'm stupid. So I did. It took me 5 years. Evidence. I have forensic evidence from Italy. There's no doubt that is a fake document. Big. You didn't even ask me that question. I had a volunteer about the birth certificate. Nobody wants to touch it.
Well, listen, I didn't know.
All the years.
I didn't know how you felt about it, but now that you brought it up, I'm happy to talk about it. In your view, the birth certificate that was proffered is a fraud. I'm asking you on my show. Tell my audience. You think that's still a fake birth certificate?
Well, show, right? I'm going to call you a journalist. You come down and read everything I have. Nobody will read it. I can't believe it. And why would the media? I know why. Quiet. How keep it quiet? I had 3 press conferences, and it's called me a kook. But I have the evidence, and a lot more than that birth certificate that ties into the Russian steel thing, and that I'm tied in too.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
I get a little frustrated.
I would imagine.
I get frustrated. You know, I deserve to be frustrated.
Yeah, no, well, listen, you can vent all you want here. You can talk about anything you want. We go to 45 million homes nationwide, mostly in red states. So if you want to vent a little, I'm here for you, Sheriff. I love you.
Well, you're a good guy. You're one of my guys. You think I'd be talking to you with one of these high-class Fox even type reporters?
Well, Sheriff, yeah. Well, listen, I respect you, and my father used to always tell me, I get so frustrated when I see these people in altercations with cops. My father was a cop. He used to say, If you get yourself in trouble, you see a cop, he says, stop, stop. He says, put your hands up, put your hands up. He says, put your hands against the wall, just do it. He's got a gun, and you never know if you might startle the guy and you'll be dead. Just do what the cop says. So I was taught to respect cops. Sheriff,
Bless your father. He was a cop when I was a cop.
I bet you're right. Started in '66. All right, Sheriff, we got to leave it there. I thank you very much for giving us some time today. We got to have you back, tell more stories. I'm going to read the book and then come back with some questions for you. All right, Sheriff Joe Araio, author of An American Legend, the fascinating, untold, true life story of America's most beloved crime fighter. Quick break, news of the day, right after.